behind. John O'Davis leading the race, who we didn't see out at Donington Park, finished second in yesterday's race. And as they head underneath the vehicle bridge and towards Brundle and Nelson, John O'Davis leads the race. It is Rob Austin there in second place, Andy Montgomery in third position, on potentially his first podium of the season. Somebody else has now had a problem and is heading off the circuit down at Brundle and Nelson. So there's more yellow flags down there, and I have a feeling that might possibly be the car of Kevin Owen that has had a problem down at Brundle and Nelson. The car sort of went round through Brundle okay, but then it didn't turn right through Nelson and went straight onto the grass and hasn't subsequently reappeared. So more yellow flags down there, and possibly our first retirement because of the problems for cars earlier on in the lap meant that at least they were able to carry on. So John O'Davis leads the race, Rob Austin and Andy Montgomery second and third place. Stu Lane is already up into fourth place. I said he'd made progress. Tim Bill is up into fifth from the tail end of the field. Chloe Hewitt in sixth place. Will Fairclough in seventh place. Alan Lee sits there in eighth place. Ninth place is going to be, by the look of things, the charging Andy Langley, who's throwing the car out of Murray's currently. So the pole sitting car is only now heading over the start-finish line. He lost so much time up at Ritchie's corner. There's no obvious damage to the car, so he went a long, long way off. He's 18 seconds behind the main pack of cars. Sammy Bowler is in 10th place, and it does look as though, yeah, the marshals are looking around the front right-hand corner of Kevin Owen's car, which, as I say, sort of does beg the question there might be a steering issue with that car, because he sort of went through the left-hander at Brundle and got to the right-hander, and not a great deal happened. The bonnet is now being lifted on that car by the marshals down there at Nelson, but poor old Kevin Owen, who was running second in yesterday's race, but didn't have fortune go his way when he had a spin coming out of Hamilton, dropped into the tail end of the field, and well, even more misfortune today for that car, which is out of the race very early on indeed. John O'Davis leading by over a second at the end of the first lap of the race. The best squabble at the moment is going on between Chloe Hewitt and Tim Bill. And by the look of things, Chloe Hewitt is now ahead of Tim Bill, so that's a change for 5th and 6th place. So Chloe, the 19-year-old, has made it through in her third season of racing in the Mini Challenge. Tim Bill looking to try and see what he might be able to do. Tim Bill, who was another one of the drivers who we saw finish just off the podium at Donington Park. He's not finished the first race, but managed to secure fourth place in the second race. And for the man from Maidstone, Tim Bill, who runs his own electrical wholesale business, 32-year-old company director, he's looking to try and squeeze his way back through Chloe Hewitt to get into camp. Race leader already pressing on. John O'Davis just turning his way round through Coram for the second time. Clear daylight between himself and the second place car of Rob Austin. Andy Montgomery in third place, coming under a bit more pressure now from Stu Lane, who's there in fourth position. And then 5th, 6th and 7th pretty much together now as well. And it looks as though we've had a shuffle in the order once more, have we? So here comes Stu Lane, catching up to the coattails of Andy Montgomery. Is he going to apply a challenge for third place as they head up towards Ritchie's corner? No, you can see the dab of the brake lights from Stu Lane as he got close towards the tail end of Andy Montgomery, but he's going to at least remain where he is for the moment. Tim Bill in 5th place, Chloe Hewitt in 6th place, then in 7th place it's Will Fairclough who sits there in 7th place, but Tim Bill, Chloe Hewitt and Will Fairclough all pretty much together. The fastest man out there is the recovering Andy Langley. He's got clear track. If you recall, he was 18 seconds off the pack ahead of him. Well, he's now just 11 seconds off the pack ahead of him. That is a 2 minute 16.303 second lap for Andy Langley, who is absolutely flying because the race leader was 3.5 seconds slower than the charging Andy Langley. So it's not going to take long for Andy Langley to catch the pack ahead. And such is his pace at this stage, it's not going to take long for him to work his way through. Let's just hope that the red mist hasn't descended, because he is absolutely flying, and really is in a class of his own at this stage in terms of pure lap times. But he's 9th and has still got work to do to catch the pack, let alone then try and work his way through. So the race leader heading up towards Williams and onto the Bentley Straight for lap number 3. Order still remaining the same. Still John O'Davis from Rob Austin. Andy Montgomery still there in 3rd place, but Stu Lane is going to pick up the tone this time as they head onto the Bentley Straight. Is he going to be able to squeeze his way through and past? It's closing on Andy Montgomery as they disappear out of view. He's almost got himself alongside just as they leave my sight, so I have to gaze towards the television cameras down at Brundle and Nelson, and as Stu Lane made it through side by side towards Brundle and Nelson, but Andy Montgomery still has the position at this stage. So Andy Montgomery was kept very busy in the race yesterday. He kept very busy in the race today by Stu Lane. We've also had a change of order for 6th and 7th place because Will Fairclough has got himself ahead of Chloe Hewitt and is now trying to attack for 5th place, the 606 car of Tim Bill. So here comes our race leader, Drew Murray's. Rob Austin in 2nd, Danny Montgomery in 3rd, Stu Lane in 4th place. The two blue cars together, which is going to be Tim Bill and Will Fairclough, sticking their elbows out and sorting out who's going to finish in 5th and 6th place for the moment. And in fact, they're side by side coming over the start-finish line. Will Fairclough trying to get the overlap, but Tim Bill's having none of it. So Tim Bill's still hanging on to 5th position. Will Fairclough there in 6th place. Now under attack from Chloe Hewitt, who's looking for the inside line, heading up towards Richie's corner, but again, just can't quite squeeze her way through. So the order still remains the same inside the top 6. Davis from Austin, Montgomery from Lane, Bill from Fairclough, then Chloe Hewitt, and then the charging Andy Langley, who goes over the start-finish line and has now moved up to 8th position. That's because we have lost on that lap Alan Lee, car number 90. In fact, there he goes now, Alan Lee going through. A slow lap from him where he lost something like 13 seconds, so he's had an issue somewhere, it's gone off, but has been able to rejoin and has lost the 1 place. So Andy Langley is now still in the 2 minute 16 second bracket, but the race leader's time has now decreased to a similar margin. So Andy Langley's still the fastest car out there, 2 minute 16.4. The race leader was a 2 minute 16.7. So in 8th place still the pole sitter, but he's now finding that the cars ahead of him have found a bit more pace now that they've got their tyres fully up to temperature. And well, he's catching, but it's now just a case of chipping away rather than slicing big chunks out of the cars ahead. The best of the fights is still the 3rd and 4th place. Andy Montgomery still under pressure from the largely wide number 33 car of Stu Lane, but such as their squabbling, it's now allowing the car behind Tim Bill to close up. So again they head down the Bentley straight. Stu Lane looking again to try and draw himself alongside Andy Montgomery. He almost did it last time through as they head towards Brundle and Nelson. He's almost going to do it. I think Tim Bill swept his way around the outside of Stu Lane and has managed to dive on the inside of Andy Langley. 2 places gained there. In fact, that's Will Fairclough that's done it. Will Fairclough has gained 2 places. He's got himself from 6th, I think, up to 3rd now. This has been a great lap from number 30, Will Fairclough. And let's see what he can do now. We saw him yesterday, Will Fairclough, finish only in 7th position. Let's not forget he won one of the races and finished 3rd in the second of the 2 races at Donington Park, but the number 30 car has had a staggering lap this time through. Here comes our race leader with 5 3/4 minutes to go. John O'Davis concludes lap number 4. Rob Austin in 2nd place. Will Fairclough, yeah, up into 3rd, started the lap 6th, up to 3rd that time through, and despite getting past 3 cars on that lap, it's still the new fastest lap of the race for him as well. Will Fairclough now the only driver down into the 2 minute 15 second bracket, 2 minute 15.233. Andy Montgomery drops into 4th position. Stu Lane drops down to 5th position. Car number 606, Tim Bill is there in 6th place. Andy Langley is now up into 7th position with another new fastest lap of the race from him that time through, 2 minutes 15.023. Chloe Hewitt was the driver that had problems on that lap. She lost the best part of 25 seconds somewhere on that lap, so she's tumbled down through the order, the 19-year-old, down into 8th position. 9th place is number 90, which is Alan Lee. 10th place is car number 666, Sammy Bowl, and of course she is the last of the runners because we lost Kevin Owen's car down at Nelson several laps ago. So our race leader is about to flick his way through Hamilton. Rob Austin is not giving up his aspirations for a victory just as yet. He was a second quicker than John O'Davis over the course of the last lap. And they're also both being caught by the charging Will Fairclough, number 30, that sits there in 3rd place. But Will's got to close up to the tune of at least another half a dozen car lengths, if not 10, to try and get himself right up onto the coattails of the pair ahead. They head down the Bentley straight, looking as though they are fairly evenly matched for pace, John O'Davis and Rob Austin. Underneath the vehicle bridge, still car number 21, John O'Davis leading. We haven't seen him on the podium as yet so far this year. Rob Austin in 2nd position, who has failed to finish off the podium so far this year. Played the win in the 3rd place in the first of the 2 races at Donington Park. Great little fight going on between Stu Lane and Andy Montgomery for 4th place, which means that I think Stu Lane has been able to pick the pocket of Andy Montgomery. He's moved up into 4th place, and the yellow car is down into 5th position. Yeah, that's the case as they head back into side ground through Corham. Stu Lane, having gained the place, is under attack immediately from Andy Montgomery as they head into the braking area for Murray's at the end of the lap. We've got 3.5 minutes to go, so they're starting their penultimate lap this time through. John O'Davis under attack from Rob Austin, who's got a good run this time coming onto the centre straight. He's going to dive for the lead of the race. He's on the right-hand side of the circuit. He has the inside line, and surely he's going to go through to take up the lead of the race. Yes, he does. Rob Austin goes through to take up the lead. John O'Davis down into second place, and well, right with them now is going to be Will Fairclough, who's there in third position, and in fact he's been able to squeeze his way through as well. So John O'Davis has gone from the lead of the race down to third position because it is a